Hey Legionnaires, and welcome back. We're here with another Rise of Mordor siege for you today, and we have a glorious 2v2 as we have a coalition of men against an alliance of elves. Yes, we have Umbar and we have Dale here attacking the Woodland Realm Aminladris. Some of you may recognize this battle. This was a siege that came from one of the streams that one of the Rise of Mordor streams that I've done on the channel. And I felt like it was a really close one and definitely was worth showing off to you guys that missed out on the stream. It was certainly a very fun one. If you want to check out like a Rise Model stream, usually it is on every single Sunday, and usually at 8 PM like British time. And yeah, and we play a load of sieges, load of battles, and we just have a good time. Usually is a really fun time. But yeah, so as you can see here, we got some Haradrim swords already clashing with Lasgarland blades. This is not going to be a fair fight for the Haradrim swords. These elite elves, these elves that have fought for hundreds of years, practicing their trade, and now cutting down men that have probably had about 5 minutes of training. But yes, I mean, the idea here is just to try and get the tower, because unfortunately my ally did not bring any towers. And I was like, well, it's fine, I'll take one, and then I've got a catapult, so I can always knock a hole in the wall if needs be. But as you can see already, the Haradrim sword's getting destroyed. I'm trying to get more Haradrim swords now up onto the next tower, and I imagine there are more elves coming down. Yeah, we've got archers now coming down to come in to silence my own archers, I think, or maybe to just shoot the Haradrim swords, who knows. But yes, if you're enjoying seeing Rise of Mordor on the channel, would love to see some more Middle-earth action. Do remember to leave a like, subscribe from around here, and a comment to show your support, and feel free as well to hit that notification bell so you know when the next Rise of Mordor battle is going to be out. But as you can see here, the elves are cutting down these poor Umbar troops. Yes, I think I've got more Umbar swords now coming onto the wall. So I mean, these guys are okay. They're pretty decent, but like not against elves, not against the Woodland Realm. These guys are screwed. But yeah, let's just go and check on Dale. Dale is, I think, just landing now on the walls, and yeah, Dale is having a rough time. I mean, he's landing 2 units on the wall here at a time, which is a little bit dicey. I wouldn't be doing this. I wouldn't be landing 2 at least, because that's just a big target there for the elves to just like shoot at and just cut down. But yeah, they got their Noldorian swords up here on the walls, and these guys are going to do as much damage as possible. I imagine they're going to just clean through these Dalian swords. We've got the same over here, really. I mean, honestly, I feel like the mistake that Dale's made is not bringing a catapult. Bringing a catapult's always a great idea. It opens up another breach point, and it's one that's more difficult for the elves to defend. Certainly in Ladris, because he's got no sword and shield. And I think a sword and shield unit is what you really need to be blocking, like a choke point. But like something like a double-handed sword like this, like the shock infantry, these guys are going to just excel on the walls. They do really well. Yeah, I mean, the Dalian swords here are just going to get outmatched. I mean, it's a shame that Dale doesn't have any shock infantry to challenge this. Maybe Dale would have been better off against the Woodland Realm, and I would have been better off against in Ladris, because I have the shock. I brought a lot of shock infantry because that's what Harad's strength kind of is. But yeah, as you can see, we've taken the gate, and you can see now the Woodland Realm running back, and I'm going to cut down these elves. These elves, how dare they? They flee from me. I will cut them down. And this unit, they should have probably just stood their ground. They would have been better standing their ground. They lost like a good 40-odd men, or 40-odd elves there. Just getting cut down. Look at this guy. He's surrounded. So many men, like so many Haradrim surrounding him, finally cut down. And we've got a shock infantry in as well, breaking this unit. I'm now desperately trying to get after these archers, trying to pin them down. And I think we're going to catch some of them, but not many. Again, they're running away. And won't cost them too many men, but here we go. So the next line of Lasgarland blades is now into the fight. I will admit, it's not really a spoiler, but I wanted to say this is one of my finest games of Rise of Mordor. I think this is probably one of my weakest games. I haven't really, certainly against elves, I haven't really mastered how I'm going to combat Harad. Also, this map, how the elven player setup was just pretty frustrating to break through. But and I make a few stupid mistakes, but we will get to that in time. But it is still, like I said, a really, really close battle. So definitely worth sticking around for getting yourself some popcorn and preparing for this siege. And we have a little bit of a sally out here from the Elves. I feel like this is a bit of a waste here. They lost a lot of men there. And it seems like Dale did not. It seems like, I mean, his general's pretty beat, I will admit. Maybe that was the idea, was to lure in the general. But I mean, yeah, it seems like a lot of dead Elven cav down here. Not a lot of dead, any, like, Dalian troops, bar like maybe the Ravanian regents. And looks like he's coming back for more. You can see the Elves are now going to go after the Violent Guards by the looks of it, or after the Archers. Here we go, Violent Guards are the target. Really good charge into the flank of them. And then the volleys are coming in. I mean, the Archers are so good now. They're so good anti-cav units. And the Ravanian regents coming in. This is got to be careful, though. This is the general. He is here in his gold armor. Don't want him dying. And you can see, I mean, they may as well have like gone for 2 different units because they've kind of like blobbed up here. Like, that Violent Guard kind of like took that charge like a champ, only losing 9 men. Did really well. But yeah, the cap down here kind of getting chopped up. Elves, I feel like, wasted their money here and wasted any sort of like surprise they could have maybe got on Dale. I feel like they could have waited a little bit longer, and then like Dale is ready to send up his Violent Guards. He could just like, if he was patient, he could have just like waited until they were gone, and then he could have gone after all the Archers, really. But I mean, yeah, as you can see, Dale is really struggling on this wall. He is beating. We've got Dalian swords here that are beating like 1 unit shock, but they've got another shock unit ready. Also, I feel like they should, like, Dale may want to attack more along this wall, but I mean, he only has so many towers because he forgot towers and I had to donate. Yeah, Dale is really, really struggling. The bodies of Dalian's men here are piling on this wall. We are playing on Tarnos, which is one of the newer maps, so it's always nice to return to this one. I don't think we play on Tarnos enough. Tarnos is a really cool map, a pretty good 4v4. Because, I mean, you've got loads of different ways. You don't even need to attack the walls. You could attack, like, up this slope, which someone could do this if they wanted to. It's would be feeling pretty sorry if they did do that. The Elves have actually loads of troops over here, and they finally are moving them back. They realize that I'm just not intending to go through this, up this slope. I kind of, like, fibbed and said, yeah, I'll attack up this slope. I had some cav position there, and then in the end did not go for it. But yeah, the Elven King over here started to do quite a lot of damage to my Haradrim swords. And you focus him down, really. You need to get him damaged. I also realized that, let's just put it on slow-mo for a moment. I also just noticed for, like, the first time in this battle when we were playing, the Elven King's having a bit of a revamp. He's now got gold, like, on his, like, armor and on his shields. It looks really nice. Really, like, highlights the silver, I think. It looks really, really good. But I just thought I'd point that out. Just little things like that. You know, Rise of Mordor coming back. Look, reworking old units a little bit. This shock infantry here is going to get beaten the hell up. I can already tell. This is my elite shock as well. It wasn't really the intention to send this in first, but I was like, well, it's at the front now. And it's going in. And yeah, I mean, the Elven King is getting hit hard. He's not even taking a loss yet. Not even taking a loss. And yeah, the shock infantry here getting like hit hard by Lascal and Blades on one side and then the Elven King on the other. So it's sad to see because this shock infantry is probably one of the nastiest shock around. And should be getting like really, really good kills, but it's not going to get good kills. Basically, the idea was to try and sneak around and go for this like rear of the Lascal and Blade. But instead I went for the front of this one. And also didn't help that the cav was here. They're just bouncing off at the moment, getting killed. I am currently focusing down the Elven King, trying to do as much damage as possible to him. Look at him, he looks glorious. It really does. And there you go. I mean, they brought out with that unit of shock easily. That's a shame. I'm kind of running... I'm not really running low on infantry. I have plenty of Umbar Usurpers. I've got more Serpent Warriors back here. I've got 2 of the other Elite Shock. So we're doing okay. My Gen's under attack. Oh, he must be getting shot by like arrows or something like that. I don't know. I did send in a Serpent Guard earlier. I don't know where it went though. I think it did die. I can't honestly even see where it went. I did have some cav in here. Yeah, you can see what remains of it. I think he got shot down, to be honest. Well, we have shock in here now, and they're battling away. I love the blades of Harad. They really do look good. I mean, Harad's just a great looking faction. They're doing such a good job. We've got Serpent Warriors here, losing slightly. I mean, that shows that, like, even less Garland Blades are going to be able to beat Shock Infantry or some of Harad's Shock Infantry. This is not good. Got Umbar Usurpers. I'm trying to sneak these guys around. I'm trying to just try and break units quicker. So, as you can see, the Elves like, run out of ammo. So I was like, well, there's no threat being shot in the back. So I was like, if I just sneak around, we might be okay. But I'm now sending my cav. And the plan with my cav was to go all the way around. Like, all the way up this slope. Because the Elves can't have much up here was my thought. And then I was going to try and hammer and anvil down into the backs of these units before the Elves here arrive. Because this is like the reinforcements of the Wooden Realm. Also, maybe able to snipe a general, maybe. But it's a risk. It's a big risk that I'm trying here. The Elves are starting to... They are starting to lose over here, at least the archers are. The Umbar Usurpers joining the fight. They're certainly helped out. They're cutting down some Elves. Ending some immortal lives. Same over here. Umbar Usurpers should win that fight. Over on this side, though, Dale has kind of been beaten back. He is now reconsidering his options. He's kind of just looking for ways in. He's brought his cav, actually, his Dalian cav regiment. Or he's bringing it all the way around to my front. And as you can see, the Elven general is also on the move. I think he has seen my general, and he is wanting to counter that. But yeah, no, this is it's a big risk by me. And in all honesty, this is a big mistake. Not really to like spoil too much, but this is a big mistake. Like, Umbar should not be moving its general on its own. I kind of like overestimated how strong the Serpent Guard is. Okay, so we are back, and unfortunately, yeah, the replay did crash. But we are back at basically where we left off. As you can see, my general is now coming around. I have my Serpent Guards here. Healthy general unit, and I'm going to bring him around to... I was going to go up this slope, but as you can see, there are, in fact, Hall Guardians here, ready and waiting. They want to go in, and they want to take out my boys, my general, which I don't even think I can see them at this point. I'm not even sure. But yeah, my general's actually kind of getting focused down a little bit by the towers at the moment. He's getting kind of a bit beaten up. Actually cutting down villagers here. No mercy. And now we're going to go in for these Noldorian archers. But as you can see, already down to 53. And I realized at this point this was a suicide charge. My general is going to probably die at the end of this. Because as you can see, into the back comes the Elven King and Hall Guardians. And there's a good charge there, actually, by the Noldorian, well, good way to stop the charge, sorry, by the Noldorian archers. They're now actually winning this combat as they're focusing my general down in point-blank range while they fight like at the front. The ones at the back are shooting. And yeah, in comes the Elven King. They're going to get a counter charge on him so he doesn't get a great charge. So he doesn't get as good as charge anyway. And the Elven King is starting to die, though. He is losing as well. And there you go, I do kill the Elven King general, though that won't matter as much as them killing off my general. Because Elves' morale is just insanely good anyway. And I am now in a little bit of a sticky position. I'm going to try and rush through the unit. It is probably a little bit of a pull through, but I was playing against Mythic, and Mythic does it all the time. So I was like, well, we're going to use his tactic against him to get out. I'm sure that I will still get focused on. You can see my unit's wavering at 27 men. For a general, it's quite high. And yeah, at this point, yeah, they shoot my general to pieces. So they actually have archers all the way over here as well, trained on my general. They just got every single archer they could get, and they just trained on him. And then yeah, they focused him down. So I was like, right, that's fine. This unit's lost its general, but it's not out of use yet because now I can use it to maybe hopefully hammer and anvil the backs of these Hall Guardians, which at this point are butchering my shock infantry. I was trying to get the shock infantry to break through, but they set up in time and they also focused my unit down. It's a real shame. We now have Dalian Cav coming in here. They're going to just hit this Elven infantry in the front, and in they go. And I mean, that's not a bad charge. I mean, he did a decent amount of damage, but they lost a lot of men there. They lost like 20 odd cav in that one charge there. That was a pretty brutal charge. I have a lot of infantry blobs up here. I really need to spread it out because the Elven Archers are just going to take full advantage of that. I also have now got Elite Shock coming up this slope. And they're going to go in. Hopefully do a bit of damage, but I'm not entirely sure. I mean, they're losing decisively with these guys, but that's probably because of the cav, not because of my shock. And yeah, both me and Dale are having a really, really tough time at this point. It's like Dale is like facing like just insanely elite Noldorian swords here, and I am like facing, well, a horde of Woodland Realm elves, and I mean I'm really struggling to break through. I mean these Hall Guardians as well, taking forever to kill. Not actually killed a single one yet. The cab breaks over there, which is a real shame. That might return with 11 guys left. I'm not so sure though. Umbar Usurpers now into the fight to fill in the ranks. Strangely enough, these Umbar Usurpers saw like all the elves as low threat. I mean, they are weakened units, but even still, like they were relatively healthy. They saw them all as low threat. That's kind of concerning going into future battles if Umbar Usurpers are seeing Lasgarden Blades as like an easy fight. Yeah, so they're gonna battle now. I'm just gonna take my time. I'm gonna focus down the Hall Guardians here. I mean, I don't even really need to be keeping this Umbar Usurper. I don't know why I did. I should have really moved it back because they're just shooting it in the flank, getting some nice easy kills here with their Lasgarden archers. We now have like Imladris starting to arrive on this side as well. Imladris is sending reinforcements to the side, getting a little bit concerned that I'm making progress. I am very, very close to the cap point, which is just here. So I only have to break through this one, like, well, it's a one choke point, but they've decided to just block it here. I'm sure they'd block it here as well. Don't know really why I'm pushing actually over here. I guess maybe just to try and unite up with Dale was my aim. I think was my plan. But yeah, I'm running low on ammo now, so I don't think I'm going to be focusing this unit down. And unfortunately, Harad has no like polearm units. And I try to sneak this Serpent Archer around the gap, but that's not going to happen either. Umbar Usurper's starting to lose as Imladris brings over his archers and is starting to just focus me down. God, I hate elves. They're just too good at shooting. Just too good at most things. It's great when they're on your side, but when they're not, oh, it's painful. Painful to break through them. I can't wait to use a troll and use trolls in this mod and just smash them into a million pieces. That's going to be satisfying. Has Dale started his attack again? No, Dale is... I mean, actually, he's moving stuff forward. He is moving stuff forward. What's he saying for his Violent Guard, Bardings, which will still have hammer. Still all have ammo. He's still got Violent Watchmen as well, which are now a pike unit, which I didn't realize until this battle. And yeah, they've gone from a polearm to a pike, I guess. And they look, apparently their pikes are now longer. I don't think they are. Personally, I think they still look the same length. But yeah, they're now a pike unit, which I guess is pretty good for Dale, because they already have like Lake Town Guard as a polearm unit. So they now got like Violent Watchmen as a pike unit. So they've got like a combo of both. It's a pretty good combination to have. We've got Violent Guard taking focus down as the Noldorian archers continue to keep up their fire. I mean, they've like still got plenty of ammo. Look at this. This unit over here is like got full ammo. What has been going on? Where has it been spending its ammo? Like, how they've just murdered Dale and like used barely any ammo, I feel, to do it. These units here are like just chopping down. I don't want to even see the kills at the end. Like, look at the bodies on this wall. Like, I do not want to know how many of these are actually just chopped down rather than shot. But by the sounds of it, lots. Anyway, back over on this side, I'm starting to burn through ammo, and I have been pushed back from my choke point here. And I'm now sitting in my reserves. Imladris has now made a big push down. I've made a big push down here. And I'm getting pushed back, and this is going to be the end of Umbar. Umbar just end of Harad, really. Harad struggles with our general. My morale was just being destroyed so quickly. And my shock infantry should do pretty well, but yeah, other units are just breaking so quickly. I actually have artillery as well that's still firing. I was just firing into big blobs of elves, trying to do as much damage as possible. Yeah, the shock infantry here was actually doing pretty well, and they like can take on a they would take on this Noldorian swords easily on their own, and there being another like sword unit here as well. It's only until like, well, I guess until like a third unit comes in, they kind of struggle. But yeah, shock infantry in here against my archers. That's gonna be an easy win for the shock infantry. Archers stand no chance. I'm just trying to slow them down. Yep, there we go. We've broken the like the archers, and I'm just trying to now get around, trying to get around these pole arms, try and do a bit of damage, try and help my ally as much as possible, because Dale's going to have a massive hill to climb here to try and like turn this one around. We started with a balance power in our favor, like quite a bit, and it's now slowly going in favor of the elves. 1400 against 800 elves. I'm just gonna kill every single elf as a small victory right now. Look at the leopard skin like armor that general has, that officer unit has. Looks awesome. Serpent archers over here, they're about to break. My artillery's got like one shot left. It's gonna miss. Yeah, that's sad. Last shot and it missed, or it looks like it's last shot and it's gonna miss. Shock infantry over here doing good. Okay, this one's probably gonna get the most kills, and it's the one that's getting surrounded. Like, it's just got enemies around it. It's not been shot at by archers. It's not been like charged by cavalry. Like I said, it wasn't one of my finest games. I kind of just ended up going at one choke point, and then again one choke point here. Like, this is a pretty tough spot. I guess that's why you make the push up this slope, but that just becomes one choke point as well. It is pretty tough to attack from over here, but I mean, against elves, it's always just tough. Elves just hard to kill, Like these Hall Guardians, bloody nightmares. Cutting down my Umbar usurpers like they're made of butter. Oh, there you go. And that is basically Umbar. That's basically Harad dead, or me out. I've literally just got an artillery crew left, and that is me. Dale now is actually making progress. He's actually managed to get off the wall, which I know is sounds awful, but that is actually progress for Dale. They haven't even managed this, but they've got violent guards and they're down here. They've got Mordorian archers, chopping these guys down. They want revenge for all the Dalian blood that's been spilt this day. But as the elves run out of ammo, I mean, Dale's starting to make progress. And we've got violent guards over here as well. These guys should be making a little bit of progress. What I'm most concerned about is if Dale runs out of everything, like ammo, like, well, men, archers. I'm worried that he's going to have to send the pikes in over the wall. I really hope not. I really, really hope not. But I mean, what's he got here? He's got Bardings. These guys are good in combat. Bardings will do fine. But what are the numbers now? It's 900 versus 700. It is close. And that is very close. Like, two elven, like, armies, like, with a few hundred difference, the elves have definitely got the advantage. Dale is up against it now. And it's going to somehow have to turn this one around. There you go. It sounds like the gates have been taken. So that's good, I guess. But the Bardings lost a lot of men doing that. They lost a lot of guys. But I mean, now means they can get the pikes and they can get the general in. They can, you know, they can do some work. More elves coming in without ammo, though. That's good to see. Elven archers burning through ammo. As you can see here, look at this, Rangers and Ravani, and they're getting round the back. I mean, this is a bit of a risk, because these guys are very light bows. Like, they could just get destroyed really quickly by any of the elves. The elves also, by the way, are still way over here, like the Wooden Realm and the remains of Imladris. They are a long, long way away. So, I mean, at the moment, these Imladris troops here on the walls, or around the walls, are very much in danger. What else have we got over here? We've got a unit with a lot of ammo left. This is the last Gallon Archer. I think it's been refilled, which is not a good sign, because the last Gallon Archers, very, very nasty. And certainly at this point in the game, not good. So certainly going after pikes and things like that. But look at this. These guys are breaking pretty early. 39, 27. Lots of breaking there. That's good to see. Now that's certainly going to turn the odds slightly in favor of of Dale. I mean, they just need to cut down these units to make sure they break properly. And Allies have lost their general. He got focused down here. He was trying to rush up this hill and try and take out this archer. And Dale has lost his general. And that could be brutal. That could be the end of Dale, really. And there we go. He's going to get a charge. Not a bad charge, but like what it could have been if this unit was full. Or like not full, but still a general at least. It's brutal. I mean, it's losing. It's like the Noldorian archers. It's a good charge. Might be able to break it, you never know. Nope, maybe not, because the Lasgarlan archers had to focus down the general. Even though he's out, like the general's dead, well, it's not really the end of the world. But there you go, yeah. That Noldorian archer lost like half his unit, though, in that charge. That's pretty brutal. We've got Hall Guardians here now. More Hall Guardians. They're going to be the real concern. I mean, we've still got a general, like, Noldorian sword here. Healthy numbers. That's on 41. There's a fair few healthy, like, Noldorian swords still alive. That's the main concern. But Dale does have Pikes, and Pikes have the better range than just about anything here. Like, they will outrange those Hall Guardians. But they have archers as well, to the Elves, and they have supply barrels to refill their archers. So they could obviously just focus down the Pikes if they wanted to. Like, it's not like it's very much possible. Noldorian archers, though, being broken there by a small Vineland guard, and the walls are finally Dale's. Like, after so many dead, the walls are finally theirs. They have like lost probably their entire armies really up here. Like, look at the bodies. It's just littered with Dalian troops. And here we go. I mean, Rangers of Ravanian here. They're beating the Noldorian archers. That's a win. But now they're getting speared to death by Hall Guardians. They are certainly a bit. They're certainly killing a couple of them, but they are being speared to death for sure. I mean, they're also getting shot at as well, these Hall Guardians by Bardings, but not enough. And this is a bad move here by the Hall Guardians. Why did they push out? They pushed out to try and take on these Bardings, which is great. But now they could just get flanked by Dale. Also shot in the flank. Like, Dale's just not going to get a decent charge with his Vineland guards into the flank of these Hall Guardians. And that's a big. I think that's a bit of a mistake. Like, these two units were in a solid like block. They were solid like together. And now he's kind of like got him out of position. I mean, this one's, I don't know what this one's doing. This one's also going to go into the flanks. And really now the Violent Watchmen should be pushing up, and they should be taking on. They should be taking on as many units, like taking these like PopeJohn. They're out of position. Here they come. Blocks of Pikes, 170 each unit. I mean, they're going to need to send in something, I think, to try and flank these Violent Watchmen. It looks like we're going to see maybe Lasgarlan archers. They might be actually going for a resupply again, another resupply. But they're going to need to flank these Pikes somehow at some point, because they are going to cause problems. You can see here, Hall Guardians starting to lose. They are going to break probably these Violent Guards. They may break these Bardings as well. But they're going to lose a lot of men in doing so. Like, these Hall Guardians just not up to the job of taking on the Pikes. The Pikes just have the range. You can see they're trying to retreat. Hall Guardians out of 42 men. I mean, shock infantry in there as well. That's not really going to work. I mean, some of them are going to cut down a few Pikes, but I mean, the Pikes are just going to poke them to death. Poke them to death, boys. I don't know, you know, these shock infantry, you know, they're kind of killing quite a few Pikes here. Like, they're taking a few losses here and there. But the Pikes are in there now. Dale's got a few reserves. He's got some more Bardings. I mean, these guys are pretty good in combat. But there you go. It seems like now we've got a bit of a Mexican standoff. Pikes against pole arms. Who will make the first move? And we actually got some Lasgarlan blades that are gonna go in first. So they're not finished. They're like, you know what? We'll go in there and we'll keep it spicy. There you go. The Pikes push forward. They break the last combates. Now they're going to go in against the Hall Guardians again. Round 2, boys. And I guess just slowly going to wear down the armor of these guys. I guess. It doesn't seem like they're in combat. Maybe they are. Well, what's the Elves got planned then? So yes, the Elves at this point decide that this is not going to be feasible. They cannot carry on fighting them head on. So they're going to try and flank around with all of their like shock infantry that Imagis has left. We've got 3 units here, including the general. And this is the plan, is to flank around. I mean, we've also got archers here that are refilling their ammo. They are going to obviously be going to try and focus down these Violent Watchmen as much as possible. They have a lot of barrels, actually, so a lot of supply barrels. I hope they weren't using these all, because they should really only have 1. Like, Elves with loads of supply barrels, that is brutal. As you can see here, Dale is prepared. He's stretching 1 unit out really, really long, and then the other one is then going to be a reserve and can be used to kind of block off another point. But yeah, I mean, they are kind of killing these guys. 29 out of 85 left. They've actually, yeah, look at this. Look at the hole that's been made in this part of, like, the formation. There's 1 guy left. And they haven't even bothered to replace the men that have fallen. There you go. Yeah, they push forward to the Hall Guardians. And this is probably when they're going to start to drop. Because they're coming to range of the Pikes. Yeah, they're dying. Now they're breaking. Not quite. 13 left. And they got into combat. I think they were saying that once they broke the formation, they kind of were a little bit more successful. I'm not really sure. I think they just still die. Like, it's just still, like, it's still a tough thing to try and break through with Pikes over here. There you go, you can see the Pikes actually sneaking around. This is a bit of a risk though, because really they need to get it, like the Pike in this formation over here, because Noldorian swords are arriving. I mean, the Hall Guardians are starting to lose here anyway. They just need to like just get like someone else, like a little Violent Guard, that'll do the job. Flank around, start to end these boys slowly. But also they are starting to get shot, these Violent Watchmen. They're only medium Pikes. You need to be careful, very heavy bows here. They are starting to do some damage, starting to shoot what they can. Can the shock infantry get in time before these guys set up? Quite possibly. Here we go. They're going to try. Pikes down. And they stop just in time with the Elves. There is a little sneaky gap here. So, I mean, they need to be careful. I did say that to the players. Like, watch out for this gap. You've not kind of, like, closed the gap well enough. And, yeah, as you can see, the Noldorian swords are going to sneak around. So, there's still hope for Elves. They've actually managed to get in behind the Pikes. What they've been trying to do for so long. Barding's coming down, though, to try and save the day. They're like, quick, save our Pike friends, save our Pike brethren. These boys, Bardings are pretty decent in combat, certainly at this stage of the game. They are losing against Bardings, so they were initially on the charge. If these Pikes can get out and reposition, and they've got hope. But if the Hall Guardians over here as well, they're starting to die. Got Bardings in behind. And they're just cutting down these Pikes. They're actually probably doing a little bit better since they're out of formation. Once being surrounded, because they can kind of all just fight individually. I don't know. Looking like they're doing okay though. They'll fight to the last man. 13 men. And at this point, I give the order for these for the Violent Guards here. Oh, then they're routing. Okay, maybe not the Violent Guards. What is it? The Bardings over here, and another little Violent Guards unit. I give the order, I tell them to go over here and just like go and take the point, or I was like, go and get the point, because I don't know if we can beat them, because right now it's 400 versus 200, and they're getting more ammo. They're getting even more ammo of these Elves. It's just ridiculous. So I was like, yeah, we may not beat them. We should just go for the point, see if we can beat them before then. But I mean, the Elves, if they can defeat all these Dalian troops here, those other ones will probably chain route. They've just got to defeat enough of Dale, and then they'll probably chain route. And the Elves, I like doubt we'll chain out at this point. They will fight to the last man. Like they'll think the odds are decent, and they are. I mean, they got archers. These archers keep focusing down the pikes. That they're in trouble. Down to 97. Barding's still fairly healthy as well. And they're going to get a pike back, which is good. 110 men left. That's pretty good. But yeah, we're starting to take the point. And try and change the outcome of the battle. We'll try and win this one as well. Get this victory point. It helps with morale. This could also be very useful. But yeah, it's down to what, 3 units of elves against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units of Dale. But I mean, Dale's like units that are banged up. And yeah, it's going to be tough. It's going to be really, really tough. But it's been a close one, that is for sure. I did say it was going to be close. I did, in fact, say it was going to be close. I think I didn't do a great job as Harad, but I did enough, I think, maybe just to kill off enough Wooden Realm, give Dale a bit of a chance. Also, but Dale did a really good job with his pikes, and it also helped that, like, the Wooden Realm threw in the pole arms. So, I mean, it made it, like, kind of easy. Like, if they just defended here instead with their pole arms, they may have, like, you know, just, like, held on forever. Who knows? Like, it's hard to say. They could have done a really good job. But then again, the elves did, like, respect to the elves, not, like, just sitting back here and defending, like, the last point, which a lot of players do. They came out and they fought. They tried to fight Dale down here, and it kind of nearly paid off for them. They lost a lot of men, a lot of elves. It nearly worked. There's a lot of dead men here. Dale has lost a lot of people. They probably lost more in this battle than they lost in, like, the Desolation of Smaug. Or, like, well, I know it's Lake Town, but you know what I mean. The Northmen lost more there. Like, it's just been brutal. Have they got any ammo left? Oh no, they ran out of ammo again. These last Gallon archers burned through it quickly, I'm telling you. The pikes here slowing down. They just make sure they capture the point. Though it is being recaptured pretty quickly. It's not going to make much of a difference. Can this pike unit set up in time? If you can just set up in this choke point, it should be okay. Bardings as well. Good little combo. Bardings, like I said, like Varag Warriors, like a really annoying unit to see, like, against you at, like, the end, because you're like, well, this is like basically a sword unit at this point, because all your swords are probably, like, really banged up, or you've just got archers left yourself. And Bardings and Varag Warriors is so much better than any other archer, and if it's a healthy unit as well, it'll probably beat a weak sword late game. So they're really annoying to face. You see the Bardings coming in here, doing a little bit of a counter charge, stopping any flanks going on. The pikes are losing. Pikes are wavering. The point is now in the control of Dale, and that is a bad sign there. But yeah, they may be able to, you know, break some of these units quickly enough. I mean, the Violent Watchman gone here. It shows that they're easy enough to kill. You get a decent enough charge, you could probably break these units. And I was just saying to like, the Violent Watchman wanted to keep that unit, like, hidden for as long as possible. And I didn't know if they had ammo, so I was like, just hide it for, like, as much as possible, and then bring it out once necessary. But here we go, a Pyrrhic victory. The point gets taken, and Dale and, well, I guess Harad as well, but Dale is victorious. So yeah, well done to Dale, and well done to the Elves as well. It's a really, really close fight. Like I said, this one was on the stream. It was a really, really fun one to play. It was yeah, it was not easy for me. I had a rough game. The only unit that, like, does anything and gets over 100 kills is Umbar Usurpers for me. All my shock is terrible. It was not a fun fight. My Cav gets 60 kills. My Artillery gets 92. Yeah, I didn't have a great game. Adams as well had a rough game with, like, his Dale, like, build. Like, all his swords getting, like, chopped down. 111 though for his Violent Guard here. His Ranger Ravani getting 108. But yeah, like, certainly was a rough game for us as the armies of men. Bad Omens here though, ripping Dale to shreds. 345 kills with his Noldorian swords, 288 here. I mean, 136 with his Noldorian archers. Yeah, I mean, only his Cav did poorly, really. I mean, Mythic, who's playing as the Wooden Realm, again getting good kills. 223 with his Lasgarland blades. His Hall Guardians getting 133, maybe hoping to get a bit more with them, but still did well. 349 with Lasgarland archers here. and his Elven King getting 169 kills. So yeah, really, really good for all of the Elves in comparison to what the armies of men get. But I mean, we are fighting Elves. They're smaller units, I guess, smaller armies. But yeah, it was not a fun fight. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and a comment to show support. And until next time, Legionnaires, I will see you in the next one.